Hey folks, this is just a short PowerPoint about multi-word verbs, which is something I think learners are often very interested in because a lot of them are quite idiomatic, and also learners have a lot of issues with how to form these and work with them. So, from the book, you can see that there were 4 groups of multi-word verbs: the phrasal verbs, prepositional verbs, phrasal prepositional verbs, and then there are a few other constructions. Phrasal verbs have the verb followed by an adverbial particle, and they are usually used with some idiomatic meaning, which so it changes the base meaning of the word. So if you carry something, you're physically holding it and moving with it. But to carry out just means to complete something. And they can be intransitive or transitive. And also, if it's a phrasal verb and it's transitive, you can put the participle after the object. So you can say Harry turned it on, Terry turned it on, or Terry, it would have to go there for a pronoun. You can say Terry turned the light on, Terry turned on the light, but Terry turned it on is how you would do it with the pronoun. The prepositional verbs take a prepositional object. I've never thought about it. He's always listening to music. Phrasal prepositional verbs are then you've got the phrasal verb, but then it also is almost always going to be followed by that preposition. I'm looking forward to something. And there are some other constructions. You can have a verb and a prepositional phrase combination, which is often idiomatic, like bear in mind. You can have a verb and a verb that's also very idiomatic, to make do. And if a student's trying to figure out what that means looking at the individual words, oh, God bless them, because that's difficult. And the verb and noun phrase combination, to make fun of someone, to take care of. There are several characteristics or criteria that help identify the differences between these. And again, I want you to, it's important for us to know this, but I also want you to reflect on how much of this do you want to have your students, would you try to share with your students, and why you would be doing that if you do. So the first one is intransitivity and idiomatic meaning. And that's very useful if there's no noun phrase. And if it's intransitive and a phrasal verb, it's very idiomatic. To shut up, it has nothing to do with shutting and nothing to do with going up. The movement of that particle. As we mentioned before, transitive phrasal verbs allow the movement. She came back and picked up the note. He picked the phone up. Prepositional verbs, you can't do this. The waiting for, you can't say waiting the bus for. And then there's also the WH question formation, and that can help you distinguish between prepositional verb and then just a free combination with the verb and the prepositional phrase. What are you talking about? What are you laughing at? Because you've included that with the verb, then that means that it is one of those prepositional verbs. But if you ask, where are you walking? I'm walking to my place, up the street, those things, it's really separate from the verb, and that would not be considered a prepositional verb. And of course, we always have exceptions. Some prepositional verbs can have a direct object and a prepositional object. It reminds me of something. The initiative is based on a Scottish scheme, or he based the book on real life events. If you have any questions, please let me know.